Hi, hello everyone, and welcome back to Kanai's A Lab. Today's video is something special, especially for business professional and data aspirant. We are diving into Pareto chart or Pareto analysis, or often called 80-20 rule, to help you to identify the gold in your data by identifying key drivers behind your outcomes with Python. So are you curious to analyze which factors really matters the most in your business? That's where the Pareto chart comes into the picture. A simple and powerful analytical method that helps you to focus on the critical few things that causing the majority of results. You can apply Pareto analysis anywhere you want to identify the small percentage of input driving the biggest impact, whether it's sales, defects, customer issue, and more. Let us look at a practical example of sales from an electronic store. The dataset contains detailed sales transaction from an electronic store, which include invoice ID, customer, product, category, quantity, etc. up to date. This comprehensive data helps the sales performance identification across product and region. So let us understand the key benefit of Pareto analysis. It quickly identifies the 20% of the product from the product list to generate 80% of the revenue to the sales. I mean, you can understand which product category dominate your sales. You can also visualize which product category dominate the sales. For preparing the chart, you just need one categorical features. In this case, we are selecting the product, and also we are selecting one numerical column, total price. So let's get started. So basically, we are focusing the product that deliver highest return to the business. With that understanding, we just jump into implementing the same using Python with Jupyter IDE. So let us go to the Jupyter notebook. So here we are going to import the library. So we are importing the libraries like pandas. We are importing the matplot for visualization. Let me execute. Yeah. So the import is almost over now. So after that, we load the dataset using pandas read_csv function, and we are loading this CSV file, and we just display the first 5 rows of the dataset. So here is the invoice ID, customer, product, quantity, unit price, and total price column of the data frame DF, which is from electronic_shop_cs1 CSV file. Next, we are going to aggregate the total price of the product by using the group by function. We are taking the total price as the feature for that, and we take the sum because group by the aggregate function is sum, and then we group into descending order, sort_value descending order. So let us see the data frame. I can see the product smartphone on the top, which 96,900 and follows by tablet, camera, etc. So after grouping the product and calculating the total revenue, so we are going to calculate the cumulative revenue and the percentage. So we identify the cumulative revenue from the total price to track how sales add up the product by product. So here we are generating a new column, cumulative revenue, from the original data frame, which total price, the function comes up. So then we take the function 100 multiplied the same thing which generated in the previous, divide by the original data frame. So we are generating the calculated cumulative revenue and the percentage. So here is the output of the same thing. You can see the cumulative revenue created, then cumulative percentage also created. So next we are going to define the style of the chart. So what are we going to do? We are going to create the Pareto chart, the subplot of 12/6 because the size, and then we draw a bar chart. The bar chart is defined. So bar chart is defined here, showing the revenue by product. Then we added the second y-axis. So we created one axis, and then the second y-axis, the line chart for the cumulative percentage. Then we draw a chart that's 80% highlighting the Pareto, which is basically a green dashed line. You can see here. So we are making the 80% threshold by a green line cell with a dashed line only, and we are just defining the style. After that, we are defining one more thing, that is 20% product line, which is nothing but visualizing the top 20 product on the chart. And finally, we finalize the chart with the chart title and the label. So let me execute this entire code. So you can see on the bottom, this is going to be our final output. It's interesting. So we can see here, the output clearly shows the small number of product. You can see here which are the product is in demand. I can see the product of smartphone and tablet in demand. This smartphone and tablet in this case generate almost 80%. You can see the threshold line, 80%, above the 80% of the total revenue. The rest of the product like camera, laptops, smartwatch, printer, monitor, headphone, charger, and the keyboard will generate just 20% of the revenue. So this is the magic of 80-20 rule, where a handful of items drive the most of your sale. So you can see here the key identifier is smartphone and tablet. So basically what you can do, the business can prioritize the top seller for marketing and inventory, and sometimes the strategy for maximizing the profit. So with that, we are just going to conclude the video. So what and all we have learned? We learned how to create the Pareto chart, and we to identify how to interpret the chart, and how to identify the key influencer feature on the data. So hope everything is clear to you. So we enjoy learning with Kanai. Am I right? So stay tuned for more informative content on AI. Thank you once again for joining with Kanai AI Lab.